Okay guys, back for part 2 of how to take the ion drum pads apart and cymbals apart and remove the rings and such. I've already had all my cymbals taken off. I didn't move the stands. What I did in the first video is I just took the cymbals off, took the little rings off, and I kind of showed you how you could fix a possible cymbal failure. Now I'm going to remove the pads, and then I'm going to try and remove the rings for you guys. If you didn't see part 1, things you're going to need for this whole project is a screwdriver with a kind of small head. It's not really big. Focus camera, come on. There we go. You want that, kind of like, you know, a tiny little screwdriver, and you're going to want these things. They're kind of like the L-bar type tightening, loosening things. That's what you're going to want. Alright, so now I'm going to take a pad off for you guys. My camera's like tilting over. Alright, so like you did with the cymbals, you don't want to move the stand or anything. Just loosen the bottom. Loosen the bottom, slide the pad off. Unplug the wire. Keep that wrapped on so you know which cord goes where. And so now you have that. Now I'm going to take all the other ones off. And now, when I take this off, I'll kind of show you how my setup is, so you can kind of get an idea of how I have my drum set up. Wrapping the cords around which pad it goes to is going to save you a lot of time when you're putting it back together. So I would advise doing that. Can't take the blue off yet, I have to take off the green first. Alright. Stay. There you go. Alright. Last one. Those are the mess of cords here. Alright. That's good. So here's my skeleton of my ion drums. Okay, what I basically got. This looks actually really funny, actually. Okay. So you look, if you look down there, kind of have, you know, you can keep those however you like them to keep balanced. The thing that's you might notice if one's higher than the other, the problem's gonna be here. You want to make sure this bar is level. If it's not, the feet are all gonna, like, one end is gonna be like lifted up or something like that. I have my bars pushed all the way to the back. I have probably an inch and a half to probably about 2 inches down on the first bar. I sit on that chair. It's probably about two-ish feet off the ground. It all becomes preference at that point, but about 2 inches. And then over here, I have them close together. Here I have about an inch and a half of space. I have, that's kind of like a top view. That's how separated they are, angle-wise. I have my red pad all the way out to the side. My cymbals relatively close. There's a little bit of space. Actually, there's no space. I brought it all the way to the side. Over here, little space, pad, cymbal. There's a little bit of height difference there. I have my blue here and my green about there, so it's kind of like that. You know, there's a little bit of space in between. Yellow pad, I stick it there. It's kind of like right there. Blue, I stick it all the way out to the side. It's right there. That just really gives me like 2 pads that are really close together. Green just kind of sticks right out. The 2 pads in the middle, the shorter part of the L bar is in there, shorter part there, longer part there for the green, and the longer part there for the green. I mean red. This setup right here kind of gives you a slightly more realistic, so the snare is kind of closer to your leg. It's not like out on the side. That's kind of a personal preference for me. I like to do like certain rolls, kind of like a triron or whatever. It's harder to go in a linear pattern rather than kind of like a triangular pattern. Kind of makes it easier for certain rolls like that. So it helps me out. That's kind of like that setup that I have there. I think in one of my videos I showed you how I have all that set up, but this is just kind of a you know, skeleton view. I'm gonna end part 2 right here. In my next video, I'm gonna take those things apart. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next video.